Hello and welcome back. Today we've got another £500 of the £2 coins to have a hunt through, looking for the commemorative ones. The ones are more than face value, but ideally we're after the one, the only £2 coin. We still need Commonwealth Games Wales, Holy Toledo. Wouldn't that be a nice find? We've got all the other commemorative £2 coins up to and including the latest that went into circulation, the Great Fire of London. So a lovely coin, but a shame that nothing since has been in circulation. But we will endeavour to carry on the hunt and see if we can find that last one before they release new £2 coins into circulation, which they didn't anticipate for another 10 years, well 9 years from this year. So who knows, in 9 years we might be able to find the Commonwealth Games Wales. But without further ado, let's get into this bag. Right then, let's have a look what we're looking for. So that's technologies. We don't want technologies. There are some lower minted years technologies, but they're just not low enough that I think they warrant collecting. Well, at least in my collection. If you collect different years of technology, that's your free choice to collect what you want to collect. This is the DNA double helix, a very common one. It's a cool design though. I really like that one. So I won't grumble at that. Our second commemorative is the Act of Union. So again, it's a nice design, but it is also a fairly common one. So common ones go in the top sort of row, uncommon ones or over face value ones go on the bottom row. But we've got a couple from that first bag, so not a bust, which is great. Let's see what the second bag brings us. But no, we'll be into 2021 by the time. Oh, hang on, before I get on a roll with something else. Another DNA double helix. Again, very cool. But here is our first over face value. Not massively over face value. It's Shakespeare's Histories. There's 3 Shakespeare coins: Histories, Tragedies, and Comedies. Now on the Tragedies, which is the skull and the rose, there has been an edge inscription error found. It says the wrong thing. This should say the hollow crown, which this one does. So that, although there have been no other error coins on the Shakespeare's found, I am checking all my Shakespeare's just in case there are other errors to be found. I think it's prudent to keep an eye out because obviously if there have been some edge inscription errors found in the past, chances of having more potential. This is the Florence Nightingale £2 coin, my favourite circulating £2 coin. It's a beautiful design, but as I said before, very common. Wireless transmission, again, that was our first one today. A common design, but it's nice getting a variety of different coins, even if they are just common ones. Hopefully the more uncommon ones will make an appearance as we go along, but I've got no issues finding a couple of more common ones. 2015s, I've been checking for die rotations on them. Nope, that's where the queen is at a funny angle, so the queen should be this way around when you flip it around. Found a few ones that have been the wrong way around. I've got a bit of bag stuck to my hand. Nice. So Britannia. This one here, Britannia replaced technology as the definitive design on the £2 coins back in 2015. Very low mintage, 650,000 of them minted. 2016, more were minted, but still a relatively low mintage, and in my mind a desirable coin still. All the preceding years have not gotten circulation. Let's see what we've got on this one. It's 2016. Still a very nice find. We won't grumble adding that into my collection. It looks like that might be all for that bag there. But no, as I said, I'm recording this towards the end of 2020, but it's going to go up in 2021. That's mad to think. Another year has rolled by. I hope you all did have a nice Christmas and New Year's as much as we could in these weird and extraordinary times that we're living through. But needs must, I guess. Especially with the frequency and the lack of warning in terms of all the changes and things that are happening. There's another Shakespeare's Histories, and again it says the hollow crown, so not an error, but still a nice find. I have picked up a fair few Shakespeare Histories over the last year. I won't grumble about it because it's a lovely design. It's slightly over face value as well, which is nice. So it'd just be nice to tick off that last coin. It's been so long we've been working towards finishing this book. We've got Charles Dickens there, so a couple of the coins we've got counters tracking how many we find over the course of filling a book. Charles Dickens is one, a couple of other common ones, but also the Commonwealth Games we've got a tracker keeping an eye out for as well. Another 2015. No rotation error on that one. But I must admit, I don't dig through all of the £2 coins looking for the die rotation errors. Oh, our third histories. I guess it's the hollow crown. So there we go. History number 3. Oh, and there is Active Union number 2. As you know, the Active Union, a very common coin. Should we do an edge hunt? So if we look at the edge inscriptions, the Technologies edge inscription is standing on the shoulders of giants, an Isaac Newton quote. But anything else like this one down the bottom here, which is now at the top. King of what? Kingdom Brunel Engineer. So this will be Brunel's portrait, I reckon. There we go. We haven't had it today. I think there's any commemorative in this bag that I could spot. We will flick through them just to be doubly sure I haven't been a total bonehead and completely missed some other ones. But 2015s, I didn't dig through all the 2015s after the hunt to check. They do seem to be becoming more and more common though, the rotation errors on some of the Technologies. Seeing a fair few of them. Crazy to think they were minted in 2015, and I'm only just sort of realising this now. But who knows? Because it's not just myself, I think a couple of other coin tubers started finding the die rotations as well, so interesting stuff I guess. It makes it all a little bit different. Oh, there we go. Another one of my favourite designs, Trinity House there. It's a lovely design, it's very simple. And you can find some cut errors in the corners of the light, but they're so common to find. I don't pay much attention to the slight cut errors on those ones. No, the exciting thing is about the 2021 annual set. I am, what's it, 2 weeks away from that coming out. So as I said, at the end of last year, I got very far ahead pre-recording videos because of lockdowns and things like that to ensure that I had footage. So I'm still somewhat ahead of the game, which means you need to take everything I say in these videos with a pinch of salt, because I could be proven wrong. We've got, again, the hollow crown. No edge inscription error on that. But no, the exciting news recently is the confirmation the next three Winnie the Pooh 50p's for 2021. So we've got, who was it? Oh, now I'm struggling to think. I think it was Tigger, someone else, and Winnie the Pooh and Friends. Was it Rabbit? I can't remember now. I'm trying to think. I did read the email, but I'm having a bit of a mental block at the moment. Florence Nightingale again there. Very cool. But it looks like it's going to follow the same form as the Beatrix Potters, in as much as we will get a new Winnie the Pooh on the 50p's at least once a year, or featuring on at least one of the coins once a year, which is kind of neat. Another Active Union there. Then the big question is, another Florence Nightingale. Big question is whether any of the Winnie the Pooh 50p's will enter circulation. My betting is not. It'll be the same as last year in terms of them not being circulated, but a real shame. We've got the VE Day Anniversary, the most common commemorative £2 coin that we find in these hunts. Pop that down there. Our first one today though, so there we go. But most £2 coin hunts aren't complete without one of them. It's like the Benjamin Bunny of the £2 coin hunts. Oh, there's a nice one. Robert Burns. It's not massively over face value, but it is slightly. It's a cool coin though. 2009, same year as Kew Gardens. Very cool. We'll put that down on the bottom row. Wow, so 2009 was a good year, wasn't it, for coin collecting? Or coin collectors. Not that at the time anybody knew that was going to be the case. There we go. we've also got our 3 new dinosaurs coming out. A couple of confirmations of other commemorative coins coming out commemorating different people, which is neat. We've got another Brunel portrait there. Pop him on the other one. And our second Britannia. Pop these off to the side. What year are we going to get on this one? I think it's going to be 2016, judging by the good condition of it. Yep. Our second 2016 Britannia. Well, the finds are rolling in now, aren't they? Not many in terms of different variants, but a nice number of them. We won't complain about that. There must be about 10 keepers so far. Oh, there we go, another one. Again, it's Robert Burns. Robert Burns the second. Nothing else in that bag there. Should we look at another edge inscription hunt? Let's see what we find. Shoulders, shoulders. Oh, third from top. I think it's upside down though. It says years of nursing. 150 years of nursing. That's got to be Florence Nightingale, right? It is. Beautiful coin. A fair few Florence Nightingales today, haven't we? And that top one there. In victory. Magnanimity. In peace. Goodwill. VE Day anniversary. That's what we call it, the magnanimity. A while ago when I was studying my regular live streams, I got caught out not being able to say the word magnanimity. Magnanimity, hot diggity. Magnanimity. Practice, 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 and now I can say this stupid word. Another 2015 is going to be an error. Is it going to be a rotated, whatever it is? Rotation error, that's the word I was looking for. Nope. No, it's that one. This one is though, and well, in terms of it's worth looking at. Brunel's portrait. Still a common one. It was a dirty one, wasn't it? Back to the bank it goes. But no, new year, can you believe it? 2021, let's hope 2021 is more successful than 2020. In terms of like, getting down to the Royal Mint, I only went to the Royal Mint 3 times in 2020. There's a time where I was going down every month in 2019 because they were changing the Strike Your Own so often, which is so cool. Brunel's achievements, the arches at Paddington Station, our first one of the day, but again, a fairly common one you'll see quite often. Not worth writing home about. But yeah, no, excited about getting back down to the Royal Mint whenever they can safely open again. Shame that the Hylaeosaurus isn't going to make it back as a Strike Your Own though. Another Florence Nightingale there. Purely because obviously we had the Megalosaurus early 2020. Then the Iguanodon split over the different parts of lockdown. The Hylaeosaurus was due to be next. Ooh! Right, this is the Shakespeare tragedies that some have found the edge inscription error on it. So it should say, what a piece of work is a man. And some have been found with for king and country on the rim. Let's have a look what we've got. Looks like this is the right one. What a piece of work is a man. Well, there we go. Unfortunately, not the error we're looking for. But a Shakespeare tragedies is still a Shakespeare's tragedies is still a Shakespeare's tragedies. So we won't grumble too much about that. Well, all of a sudden we've made it onto the last bag. Ooh, the last coin of the last bag is flying out. For those that have watched this video in its entirety, you might be interested to know I've got a Discord server. You can click the link down in the description to go and join that if you're over the age of 13, which is Discord's rules, not my rules. Alternatively, you can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and there's a PO box should you wish to write into as well. We've got the abolition slave trade there here, not a rare one, but you can see in the inner part it's got a textured finish. So if you find one with a smooth finish, that was a not intended for circulation variant, which would be amazing to find. But it looks like that might be all we're going to get today. Well, star finds. I can't decide what I'm going to call my star find for the day. Probably Shakespeare's Tragedies. It's a cool design. It's a fairly scarce one. It's over face value. What more could you ask for in a find? Well, as ever, all that leaves me to do now is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.